It was a textbook that Harry Potter used at school. During the writing of that textbook, I became quite interested in the ostensible author, Newt Scamander. And of all the characters in Potter who were just a name, he was the one who took on quite a bit of life in my mind.
What Newt believes is he sees the wonder and the brilliance in these animals, and he believes that the wizarding community with a proper education could learn to live side by side with these animals and appreciate how extraordinary they are. So he travels around the world, he's researching his book, and he has spent, at the beginning of this film, he spent a year in the field, and he collects these endangered species, and he keeps them in his case, which in itself is a sort of wondrous plethora of terrains. It's a huge space down there, and he sort of looks after them, and his plan is to study them and to educate the wizarding world on them.
He accidentally opens a case full of magical creatures in the middle of New York, in arguably the most hostile place he could have done this. You know, so he's blundered hugely, and he's walked into a situation that he doesn't understand at all, something that has implications for the whole wizarding world.
Joe and the Davids all have a pretty uncommon, unusual ability to visualize what's not in front of them. They're all incredibly imaginative, and most of us grow out of that at age 7 or something, you know, and they're able to both have that, you know, childlike capacity for fantasy, but also manage all the really practical details of it. It's really hard to find people who can kind of have both of those abilities at once.
I was thrilled David Yates wanted to do it. He's just the nicest man who ever walked the earth. He's great. He understands the world and the materials so well. We've always got on so well, and we work together, I think, really well.
This process of working much more closely with the creator of this universe and the person whose work inspired all of us as we made those movies, it was marvellous being close to that.
It's just so beautiful, it's just so imaginative, and it's so provocative, and it just, I mean, every page and every little detail with regard to the designing of the language around this world, even at the idea of, you know, in a wizard, and you make yourself vanish in one spot and reappear in another, you know, it's disapparating and then apparating somewhere else. It's just beautiful. There's just kind of a poetry to it and a symmetry to everything that she, and again, it seems, you read the stuff and it seemed really simple, and like, of course disapparate.
I've been obsessed with J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World since I was 7 years old, you know, and it's been a guiding mythology in my life. So this, in many ways, has felt like the fulfillment of dreams more than anyone can usually ever imagine.